Hello, my lovely Leo, and welcome back to your March general reading. Do remember that this is a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, check out the other signs in your chart if one of those may resonate with you more. If you do enjoy this reading, however, please do like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff, as it does help my channel grow and it helps to get to all the other Leos. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on your general reading, shall we? Alrighty, so this is, time is fluid, of course. So this is where you are now in this first row. And the second row is kind of where you're going to be going forward through March and maybe into April as well. And where you are now can be kind of where you've been in a little bit, maybe going into mid-March type of situation. So again, time is fluid in tarot. So let's see where we're at here. So it looks like we have Temperance in reverse. That's typically letting me know that maybe you feel a little bit like you are either indecisive about something right now. You're unable to really kind of weigh things and be in a decisive situation, or you feel like you are boxed in a corner about something. So maybe there's a situation where you don't feel like you have an opportunity to really weigh decisions. You feel like you're just kind of like boxed in, closed in. You're feeling a little bit trapped, perhaps. Could be with relationship, could be with finances, could be with job. But whatever it is, you're feeling a little bit like confined or trapped, not feeling like you have much opportunity to, weigh things, make decisions in the way you might normally want to or feel free like you would like to do. I do feel like this has a lot to do with your second card here, which is the Devil card. And the Devil card is, if you can look at the card, of course, you can see there's two people chained together. So this could be, typically, most of the time when I see this card, it's leading me to feel like you're tied in a relationship, or somebody with a devil type energy is, connected to you, and they're really kind of sticking themselves to you. So they're either constantly coming back around, they're just not letting you have your freedom, they're not letting you go. They're just dragging you down, they're dragging you back, or they're sticking to you in a way that is really having a negative effect on you. And that may be what's making you feel very boxed in. But it could also be a situation where the devil energy is actually a situation. So could be like a job. It could be like something where you feel like you're tied to this situation. And again, you don't feel like you have much opportunity to make the choices that you would like to. You don't feel like you have the freedom, if you will, to do that because you're stuck in this, and it can be just an ominous situation if it's a situation. Now, if it's a person, this is a person who is a devil energy, meaning that they know what they're doing. They know that they're not doing kind, nice things. They are intentionally bringing you down. They're intentionally causing you conflict, strife, or just hanging around in a way that they know is not pleasant for you. However, the last card here we have is the Fool, and it's in reverse. And that's telling me that, the Fool is something where you can have some freedom of lightheartedness, feeling a little bit happy-go-lucky, a little bit freedom. You can feel like you can kind of be free of some of your constraints, B, kind of just have some freedom of mindset where you don't feel so weighed down by things. The Fool, if you ever look at the card closely, is kind of just able to just be happy-go-lucky and off and going. And again, I feel this is all a situation here in the top where I feel like you are feeling very confined, very trapped, very boxed in. This may be a relationship that you are just feeling you are so trapped in, a very controlling relationship. It may be one you're trying to get out of. It may be one that you've recently broken out of, but it just won't go away. This person is still constantly hanging around and not letting you move on. This could be a situation, again, where it is a work situation or some sort of situation in that way that the devil energy could be, a boss or indicative of something like that is causing you that struggle or strife and making things hard on you, where you're not able to have that feeling of happiness, lightheartedness, freedom to make decisions, freedom to have choices. You just feel confined, trapped. And that's just the complete general consensus of this. And it is all kind of driven by this devil energy. So you may know very well exactly of whom I'm speaking. But let's see going forward if things are going to be getting better for you. So I do see the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords lets me know that you are going to be making some changes. You know you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to make some adjustments, and you're going to have to make some changes. And the changes are coming below this Temperance in reverse. So you know in order for you to be able to have choices, to have options, to even have a chance to weigh things, you're going to be able to, you're going to have to make changes. You're going to have to work diligently at whatever this is. If this is moving out of a relationship, it's going to be a rough one maybe, but it's going to require you to make a change. Okay, but once you make that shift, out of it, this situation, this bad news situation that you're in, this confining, weighted down, compressing, overwhelming situation to you that is not allowing you to have that lightheartedness, that happiness, that joy, that you want to have, that freedom, that feeling of being able to have some choices and, different things in life. Once you are able to make this change, I feel like things will turn around for you, because here I see the Five of Swords. My apologies. The Five of Swords, but it's in reverse. Okay. So typically that is where you're having strife. Okay. Mad strife, but this is in reverse, right? And it's right under that Devil card. So I think once you make that change, things start smoothing out for you. And with it being right below that Devil energy card, I think the change you are making is cutting that Devil energy off. You're going to probably have to sever that tie completely in order to have some smooth transition, in order to be able to get rid of this strife. And that Devil energy may be more than one person. Like I said, this could be a situation that is a situation that's very nefarious or malicious. But typically with the Devil, we are talking about a relationship. I feel for most of you, and again, take it as it resonates. It could very well be a situation, and the Devil energy is, a main character in that situation. So a boss, a coworker that's horrendous, that's causing you to feel this way at work, something like that. That's very possible for many of you. But I think for the majority of you, what I am feeling is that this is a very controlling, very just compressing, unhappy, confining type relationship that has just made you feel like you have to make a shift. You've got to get out of it. And I do feel like once you have made this turn here in this situation, and you've kind of cut off this Devil energy, I do feel like you'll start seeing things kind of smooth out, less conflict, less stress, less struggles, less of all of this. And your final card being the Death card, which in tarot, the Death card is the only time that seeing death is not a terrible thing, because it means the ending of something. And for you, I feel like it's the ending of this cycle of control and stress, and it's below this Fool in reverse card. So I feel like, this is saying that, the Fool is typically happy-go-lucky. This Fool is usually somebody who can, they're jaunting off, they're all smiles, flippant, enjoying themselves, kind of no worries situation. But this is in reverse up here, right? Down here under this, where we have the death of this, we have the ending of all of this. You've made the change already. You've kind of, I feel like, gotten rid of this Devil energy to some extent, cut it off. But once you finally have cut it completely stopped it, if it's a relationship and you've cut complete ties with this Devil energy, I do feel like you are going to be able to feel that lightness, that full-hearted type of happy-go-lucky freedom that you haven't felt in a very long time. And again, if it is a situation, take it as it resonates. If that is you, that this is a work situation or something of that nature, you may have to switch departments, switch divisions if this is a specific coworker driving that Devil energy. If it's the whole toxic energy itself of your workplace, what have you, this may be something where you just say, enough's enough. I need to switch jobs. Nothing's worth this type of feeling where I feel like every day I'm under a weight. I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, But again, you need an ending, just cut off, stop everything involving this. in order to get back to your happy place, if you will. So let's get some clarifier cards here. If we can. Try to get some more information here for you. Hopefully this will give us some enlightenment on a little bit of this, give you a little bit more to go on, maybe some advice as well. How about this Temperance in reverse? So patience. And again, you are feeling like you're having to have tons of patience, okay? And right now you kind of are, because you may have been in this relationship or this situationship, whatever it may be, for quite a while. And I kind of feel like for most of you, you have, because I do feel like it's something that has kind of been almost crushing to you for a while. And you just feel like it's almost like you want to give up, but you absolutely do not give up. But this devil energy, it's a difficult one to deal with. And they do try every trick of the trade to kind of keep you feeling under their thumb and compressed and pushed down and held down. And it could be a narcissistic relationship. It could be, anything like that. But you've been very patient thus far, and you may have to continue that patience for some time. But as soon as you get the chance, as soon as you have the opportunity, and I do see that coming very, very soon, you will be able to make that change, make that turn, cut this off. How about this devil energy? So prosperity begins, okay? And again, I do feel like that is what it's going to take here, is cutting off that devil energy for prosperity to begin. Again, this is where we're starting to make a move towards going forward. The prosperity can't begin as long as you're chained to that devil energy. But when the devil energy is cut off, once that is gone, again, as we just mentioned, you've had patience with this, waiting for the prosperity, waiting for that freedom, hoping for this full, that full feeling, the feeling that you can just have a little freedom of spirit, lightness. And that's when your prosperity will begin. How about this Fool? Balance, okay? And that's what you're looking for. You're not a person who wants to be, the Fool is ready to step off a cliff, okay? We don't want to go that far either. But you do want a balance. You want to have that balance where you can come back to this, this Temperance card and be able to have choices back in your life. You want to be able to have some time where you can enjoy yourself, have some uplifting moments, have some freedoms, have some feeling of peace and balance and enjoyment. That's what you're looking for. That's what the goal here is. And right now, you're struggling with that. But all of this is telling you, these are, advice, psychic advice, oracle type cards. And that's what they're trying to tell you, that you need to do these things in order to make this happen. You need to get balance to get back to that Fool back in its right place. Okay. So how about this Seven of Swords? Light. Okay. And again, this one, light. Okay. They're looking up to the light. They're looking for, it's kind of almost like a judgment card in a way, like looking for some higher help, some epiphany, some assistance, some, insight. And that's kind of what we're looking here. We're looking for light shining down to let us know. There's going to be a point where you are, like I said, you've had patience for a while. You're continuing to have patience, but there's going to be a point where, it's a light bulb. Essentially, it's like, whoop, light bulb went off, that you're going to say, enough's enough. It's time for my prosperity. It's time for my balance to come back in. I've been patient long enough. So now the light's going off, and it is time for me to make changes, to cut things off, cut people off or situations, if it were, off that are devil energies, that are causing me chaos, causing me to feel stressed, strained, struggled, tied up, confined, unable to be a free spirit anymore. Because nobody wants to live like that. That's like being a prisoner in your own life, your own home, your own body, your own work, your own relationship. Nobody wants to live like that. Okay, so how about this? Five of Swords in reverse. Rejoice in celebration. And this is when you make your change. When the light bulb goes off and you make the change. Like I said, this Five of Swords is in reverse, okay? So that's when things start going smoother. That no longer are you having that conflict and strife. And with that falling below the devil energy and the prosperity beginning, when you stop that and you cut that off, this is when you can start rejoicing in celebration, because again, this is when things are going to start going smoother for you. And I do believe this is going to be later in the month, the end of the month, maybe even into April. Again, time is fluid in tarot, but certainly I do believe that that is what's going to happen at that time. But it is certainly going to take you making the change. And I do believe that is a cutting off of this devil energy, the situation, that kind of thing. And of course, the death card is obviously further confirmation of that. I mean, that's just blatant staring you in the face. You have to cut it. So the death card, let's see, throat chakra. So you're going to have to not only, you know, cut it off, but you're going to have to vocalize it. You may have to be very clear about this. You may have to speak your truth. You may have to be very, you know, it may take more than just walking away. With the devil energy, like I said, they come to the table. The devil comes to the table with many tricks. We all know that. They don't just come with one. They will try apologies sometimes if it's a specific individual. They will try an I'm sorry. They'll try a I'll change. They'll try a I can fix this. They'll try a, you know, they'll try to switch it around. They'll gaslight. They'll do anything they have to do. This may be something where you have to, you know, literally stand up, speak up for yourself, you know, shout it out, you know, realistically, because you have to end this, cut this off, literally. Be it, mean it, vocalize it, say it. If you have to make a phone call and speak to get rid of them, you know, to the police if they're beating down your door, I don't care what it is, but you have to handle business. So I do see the 1 here coming up a lot. 11, 1, 14, 19. We have a lot of 1s here. So if the 1 means anything to you, but let's get some further clarification for you here. Might give you some more insight as well. So with this patience on top of the Temperance in reverse, we have sovereignty, okay? And what this is telling me is that you're trying so hard to have your own sovereignty, to have your own strength, your own control. But at this point, that's what your patience is waiting on. It's waiting on your own sovereignty and your own control. You don't have it yet. You don't feel like you have the choices. Your temperance is in reverse. You're not there yet, but that is your goal, okay? This is what you want. You're working your tail off for that, but because of this devil energy, you are unable to get it. However, it is above your light card and it is above your 7 of Swords card. So that's where you're going to change it. And that's how you'll get your sovereignty back. How about this prosperity begins over the devil card? Once you shut that devil down, then prosperity can begin. So we have nourishment. And again, you're going to have to nourish yourself. This is a self-realization card. This is a moon deck. Self-realization, your sovereignty is right next to nourishment. You're going to have to nourish your sovereignty, yourself, your strength, your inner authority, your inner control. You have to nourish that over that devil energy for the prosperity to begin. It's absolutely critical. It has to happen. There's no other way for you to get ahead, because if you let this person keep manipulating you, keep gaslighting you, keep strong arming you, however or whatever tactic they use to keep you feeling confined and constrained and under thumb, they will keep using it if you let them. How about this Fool card in reverse and balance? What do we have for that? What kind of advice do we have for that, please? Gratitude. Okay, again, this is something where you need to be grateful that you have the ability, okay, to restore balance. You are able to get out. You probably have resources that you are going to have to use, to be honest with you. That's how I'm feeling about this. I feel like you may have to use resources. Be grateful for those resources. If you look at this, you will see hands holding, okay? 2 hands holding each other. This is telling me that in order to recover and regain your balance, okay? In order for, you know, with the Fool card, if you see the Fool card has its own little dog there that barks to save them from walking off the cliff. Okay, now I'm not saying that you're going to be grateful to your pet for helping you, but it is showing that there is always somebody there to help you. You always need a helping hand, okay? Somebody to stop you from allowing yourself to be manipulated or continued to take advantage of, things of that nature, okay? So to restore your balance, you are going to probably need to get some help from somebody. You may need friends, family, may need to reach out for resources. If this is a abusive relationship, reach out for resources. Absolutely. There are tons of resources around you. If there are people in your community, there's, friends, family, anywhere, hotlines, whatever you need, reach out for those, utilize those, and be grateful for them. And then you will be able to turn things around, because that's where the light is going to come from. If you look, she's looking up to the light. Your light could very well be those people, those friends, those family members, those resources that will help you restore balance. But also, again, this is also a light that's going to help you, things click. This may be somebody saying something to you even that says, hey, I'll help you, but you've got to get out of this. And that person saying that alone is that light clicking. This reading could be that light clicking too. You never know what it is. So keep your eyes open. But a light clicking to you is what's going to be the catalyst for you to make that change that's going to really change things, okay, going forward. So let's get some more clarification on that light as well, please. Extremes, okay? So with this, it's telling me you've been in an extreme situation. This is falling below your Temperance card in reverse and, your Patience card and your Sovereignty card. You've been dealing with an extreme control situation where you felt like you've been controlled, you've been trapped, not really able to be yourself. And now you're going to have to take extreme measures, potentially, to be honest with you, to get out of it. And extreme measures to one person may not be extreme to another. Extreme measures to you might just be standing up for yourself, because you're not a person who typically does that. Extreme measures for another person may be literally, this person's abusive to you, you have to call the police on them. It could be different for everybody, but because, you're going from one extreme to another, this is a huge change for you to cut this devil energy off. Just be prepared. Know that there are people who will help you. Know that that's the light, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, and it's going to lead to your rejoice and celebration and a smoothing of any conflict. Okay, so let's get some clarification on that as well. Boundaries. You're setting boundaries. This is directly under you nourishing yourself and this devil energy, okay? By setting your boundaries, okay? And making those changes, you can rejoice in celebration. That is exactly what you're going to have to do. And that may be extreme for some of you. Some of you just may not be the kind of people who have ever set boundaries. You just feel like, oh, I'm being too abrasive or whatever if I just set boundaries, because you just weren't raised that way or what have you, or you just never have. That's not anything to be ashamed of, or, it's just, that's how things are. But you are going to have to this time if you want to be able to have your freedom back. And how about this last one, where it's the death of all of this negative energy, all of this oppressive energy in your throat chakra here. Abundance. And with this abundance, we're not just talking about financial abundance. This is just abundance in general, because these are your personal cards. This is a personal abundance. This is your abundance of feeling. It's under your Fool card. So it's an abundance of your spiritual uplifting, wellness, emotion. It could be abundance of new relationships that you're able to then obtain because you feel free and light again. It's just an all over abundance for you of happiness, joy, anything really at that point. But it's all going to take you making the changes, getting the help that you need to make changes if you need it, and it's there, making the changes, believing in yourself, and setting boundaries for yourself, and cutting off that devil energy 100%. Just cutting them off. Just stop them 100%. Let's get 3 of these. These are kind of like a message from spirit type of advice type cards for you. And they might help shed some light on what you may need to do or want to do to kind of help move forward in a positive way. So let's see. With this one, it says, the collective field is impacting you. Unseen forces are in action. How can you relinquish control of the situation that is making you feel blocked? And again, right here, It's telling you you have to let go of certain things in order to move forward. And it's falling directly under your changes card. Okay. So you're going to have to let go of that devil energy. If you want to have control of your own life, you're going to have to let go of this negative energy that's currently controlling you. This one says, rest, renew, recharge. What does your body crave and need right now? And again, this is right under nourishment. Nourish yourself. It's right under rejoice, celebrate, boundaries. Okay. So right here, it's saying set boundaries. It's saying nourish yourself. Make yourself the priority. Do not let somebody else make you feel, oppressed or, controlled. Make yourself the priority, and then take the time to rest, relax, rejuvenate, and renew in the things that you enjoy, that you like, that you can celebrate in. And this one says, your tribe can't show up until you do. All right, how can you show more of the real you? And this is beautiful because it's under your gratitude card. And I feel like with that and the throat chakra and abundance card here, it's basically telling you your tribe wants to show up and help you, okay? You can get help from anybody. They want to help you, but you're going to have to ask for that help. Use that throat chakra. Actually physically ask for help. If you're not someone who likes to ask for help, if you're a person who hates to ask for help, I am one of those people. That's okay. This is the time. If there's ever been a time, now's the time. Ask a friend. If you need a place to go, ask a friend. Hey, can I stay with you for a while to break off from this devil energy until I get myself settled? A family member, a loved one, whatever. I can guarantee you they want to help you. Again, you have to just ask for help and be grateful for it. And trust me, it will all work out for you in the end. It's all right here. It's right here. It's going to work out for you. But the best thing is that you are going to be out from under all of this. You are going to be your own strong, stable, happy person once this is all said and done. And it's going to be a beautiful thing that's going to make you feel so much more empowered, in control, and free. Okay. And you will be amazed at how much closer to your tribe and your friends you get too, I believe, along the way. How much more abundant you feel with friendships and relationships and happiness and joy and all of that good stuff as well too. So speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself, all that good stuff. Anyway, I hope this helped you. I hope it did. If it resonated with you, that you got something out of it. If it did, please do like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Otherwise, check out one of the other signs in your chart. And otherwise, I will see you back hopefully at the end of the week for your weekend energy reading. Bye.